Oh my god, guys, the time has come. This build, I've been bragging about it for some time. It's huge. It's what we wanted. And it's here. It's here. This build has been separated into 5 parts. It is huge. Guys, this is our Victorian townhouse build. It's based on London townhouses and I love it. It took so long, guys. I think it took me like 7-8 hours. For me, I'm a really fast builder, so like all my little builds, like my last one, the pet shop build, I think I did in half an hour. I'm fast when it comes to building. I usually know what I want and what my styling is, and I can go bang, 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 bang and place it out, but this was massive. So we got 5 parts. It will kind of be done in different layers. So part 1 we're doing the exterior and the outside, and then part 2 is like inside, and then we do different floors for different parts until we get a final build, guys. But it's cute. And it took me forever, so we're just working structure by structure, adding the little details in and just making sure everything is equal. These buildings tend to be very symmetrical, with the Victorian and Georgian kind of style, so it's just making sure each kind of bit was exactly the same as the one next to it. I'm just kind of working out like the levels, because you see in some Victorian buildings they have like some floors which are taller, so the base floor and the second floor tend to be quite tall, and then usually the 3rd and 4th floors are quite small. So I was just trying to make sure I got the leveling right, and I was trying to do the roofing, because you'll see in Victorian builds they have like slanted roofs from the front and the back, but then they tend to be a flat roof on the top. And for me, I was struggling how to do this, and I couldn't, because obviously we were already 4 flights up, so we just did a slanted roof with the small wall around it, just to kind of give it that effect of what it actually does. So yeah, we done the floor, we done the roofs, and then we're just trying to go in with the wallpaper and the styling. So usually with these kind of builds, most of them will either be one brick colour all the way up, or you'll see they'll have like 2-tone brick colours, so they'll have like a base level brick colour, and then the next ones up will be a different colour, and that's the kind of style I went for. So there we go. So we got the light brick, which tend to be white on the bottom, and then like a tan stone colour brick. But yeah, we go adding the fencing, adding the traditional black metal railings that you'll see if you ever go to London, and I love it. When I went to London, I was in love with these buildings, and we stayed in a hotel in Kensington in London, which is a very posh area right next to the famous Hyde Park. And all the buildings were kind of in this style, and it was stunning, and the hotel was exactly like this. What you'll tend to see in these kind of placements, you'll have like a row of these houses, and then you'll have like one main house, which tends to be like the rich one of them, so they'll have like the bigger porch and the fancier doors and that kind of thing, and then you'll have like all the kind of other ones on the side. So I was just trying to have that effect there, like this is the main one of the street, and these are the other ones. So I was trying to work out what kind of windows I wanted, because we had the tall walls, and just making sure, because the windows tend to go large and then smaller as they went up in the build. So it took me forever to pull out these windows, and yeah, so I literally just went for a bit where I was just like, right, what windows am I doing? And just pulled out loads of different styled windows. There's some really nice ones with the mix of the university and the base game, because the university had like these traditional style windows, which you'll tend to see in Victorian builds. So they were perfect, and I was just trying to get the right combination of like, okay, what windows are we having where? And each kind of floor had a different sized window. So here I'm just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I think we kind of went on the decision of going through these ones, and then we went on a slightly smaller one and a smaller one again, which I think from base game. But yeah, the windows, guys. The windows took me so long. Honestly, this lot is massive. But yeah, we finally got a really nice balance between the big windows going up to the smaller windows, and I was generally impressed. We found these little cute ones, they've gone across the top, and then I was just trying to find one in between of like the big ones there and the little small ones on top, so you get that nice balance, and we finally did it. And we added some windows on the bottom. Obviously you need the windows on the ground floor. And I think in the end I decided to furnish 2 of these builds, so like they knock, like the main house has 2 buildings instead of 1. It was quite common that they all looked the same, and the like richer person on the lot tended to have like 2 of the buildings. Obviously more space, more rooms, and that's the kind of the style that I wanted to go for. So we're just doing the outside, making sure we get the pathing, because they tend to have traditional stone on the outside, like so, and then we did like the road. But I was really impressed with how the actual house turned out. And yeah, so I think we're just here, we're doing the inside of the floor plan, so I'm separating the houses so I know, okay, which ones are mine and which ones aren't mine. And then I put walls to block off the other doors, so like Sims can't actually go in there. Yeah, we don't want that, because obviously they're for display purposes only. And yeah, it took me a while to kind of decide on what layout I wanted. I looked at so many different floor plans for Victorian builds and so much inspiration. We decided to go for curved stairs, and we also had 2 staircases in this build. So in a lot of Victorian traditional houses, you would have 2 staircases. You'll have the main one, so the household, and then you would also have a service, like servant staircase, which tends to be usually at the back of the house through separate doors, so they would not go up the same staircase or down the same place as the family members, you know. So yeah, with this build, I tried to make sure there was no like kind of like technology. I wanted this to be a pure traditional themed based house. Obviously, if you want to download this and then make it more modern for your families, you can do, but I wanted to make this as like historically correct as possible. So we added things like a drawing room, a bar area, a study for the man, like a painting room, and yeah, I was actually really impressed. I think I decided to change the doors and the windows. I spent forever trying to work out. I was originally going to do 3 of these houses, and I was like, no, that's too big, it's too big. So I changed a few of the doors at one point, and I was trying to make the decision of like, do I have a fake door or do I have another window there? And yes, so this is what I went through. There you can see I've got the black doors there. They're quite traditional for Victorian houses, and you see the main one sticks out slightly more if you like it. I'm really impressed with how it is, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next bit. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos to come.